Hi everybody, it's Nick Psaila here and welcome to today's presentation. I'm really excited to be here presenting for HIA. I'm from a company called UpCoach. I am the owner at UpCoach, and what we do is we specialize in trade and construction and helping businesses go from good to great. That's really what we do, which is awesome. Today's presentation is going to be really amazing. We're going to be talking about the 3 simple steps to increase your sales and your profits. I believe today it's really important to do that. Let's get the show on the road. Here we go. You guys can probably see that now. I'm figuring.
Perfect.
Just give me a thumbs up if you can. Yeah, Megan, we're good.
Good to go.
All right, cool. So business owners, here's what I want you to do. I want to start with, I've sort of segmented this presentation in a few key areas to make sure that, everybody gets the most out of it. Now, I believe that not all business owners are exactly the same. Not all businesses are the same. Interesting enough, we work with about 100 business owners a year. I've been able to present all over the country for years and years. I've probably had 18, 20,000 people at my events. So I know a lot about businesses, I know a lot about business owners, and because we specialize in trade and construction, I know a lot about that. However, the one thing that I've noticed the most is that not all business owners are the same. Even if you had 2 identical businesses, you're a resi builder, you're within 5 kilometers of each other, guess what? Maybe you're at different stages of your business itself. Hence, from a sales and marketing point of view, you're probably going to be at different stages with your sales and marketing. Now, some people do a lot of sales and marketing, some people don't. Some people are just referral businesses only. Now, I love referral businesses. However, and I'm going to put a little asterisk there with the however. However, if you really want to scale it, it's difficult to do because you're at the mercy of somebody else being able to kind of give you those referrals. Now, if you've got so many referrals that you don't need to, stress out about anything, well, that's a good thing. Today, the industry's changing, the environment's changing. We're having, recession type, environments, right? Lucky they kept the RBA interest rates on hold yesterday, which is, or else it would have been harder for builders again, right? Banks lending, all that type of stuff that comes from that. So what I want to share with you is I want to show you, or I want you to be able to identify kind of where you're at as a business, which will then give us the next steps around sales and marketing. I'm definitely going to give you sales and marketing approaches today that you can use. Now, to give you an understanding, 3/4 of our businesses advertise, and most of my businesses start at about 500,000 all the way up to 20, 30, 40, 50 million, 100 million plus. Dakin Air Conditioning's one just finished up with us recently, right? So I want you to think about it that there's an array of where you are as a business owner. So let's start here. I believe that there's 3 key areas in your business that you need to be able to work on. Now, let's think about it like this. A lot of business owners usually, need to start off in what's called stability, right? Now, I apologize for my handwriting to start with because it's not amazing, right? I left school when I was 15 and 9 months. That was a long time ago. You can probably see that with the gray hairs, right? So most people, start off with stability. Now, I want to show you this. Now, just imagine that this is the rewards, okay? So this is where you are in a business, and this is the time, and this is the effort, right, that you need to put in. A lot of business owners put a lot of effort in this area here, but unfortunately don't see a massive level of rewards. And that's because you're at what's called the stability phase of the business itself, okay? In other words, you were trying to do everything. And, if I could see in front of me, I've probably got some people kind of nodding their head going, yeah, I completely get you. You're the guy that's doing the estimating. You're the guy that's doing the quoting. You're the guy that's, having to deal with the customer. You're the guy that's, got the tool belt on and putting a wall up. You're the guy that has to go out and, check out the jobs. You're the guy that's, cleaning the ute at 10 o'clock at night, getting ready for the next day. It's all of this stuff. Oh, by the way, you're the guy or the girl, right? So there's stuff that you're doing where it comes to stability. Now, interesting enough, if I had to put some numbers here, which I want to ask you, something, in a second, but I want to show you that there's a growth trajectory that very rarely is straight up. Usually it's a curved line, as you can see, right? So where it comes to stability, there's 3 things that you need to be able to look at, and I'm going to get you to write these down for me, please. Number 1 is marketing. Number 2 is sales, right? This is really important, and we're going to talk about that a lot in this presentation. And number 3 is money, right? Maybe not so much today in this presentation because it's based around sales and marketing, but these are the 3 key areas that you need to work on. And this is what's called your stability phase of your business, right? In a moment, I'm going to get everybody to kind of just chime in an answer to tell me where you are on the number scale, right? What happens then is what we do is we go to systems. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is systems then becomes number 1 about time management. Have you noticed that most of the times when you're at this phase of the business, right, let's say that you're sort of, in around the stability phase, between year to year or year, really all you're doing is you're trying to get, leads in, you're trying to get work, you're trying to convert those leads into business, and most importantly, you want to try to manage your money to hopefully make a percentage of profit. And ultimately, then operationally, this is what you're doing. You're out on site doing what you do. There's a possibility you've got, a loved one that's working with you, maybe doing admin, office, doing any of that type of stuff. But most of the times, you've got the builder hat on. This is what you're doing, right? However, where it comes to the next part, with regards to systems now, time management's really important. And number 2, it's actually about people and starting to build a little team. Yep. This is really, really important. Now, interesting enough, the sales and marketing is still there, but usually here you've already developed the lead flow that you need, and you've started to dial in the conversion that, turns into jobs, right? And you've usually got this on, not on autopilot, but you've got enough, credibility in the marketplace. People see your stuff. You've been doing a lot of stuff. You've got clients that are really happy. They're referring other people. Now, a lot of businesses, unfortunately, sort of hover somewhere here. They've been working for a long time. Remember I said to you, it's effort. So they still keep on putting in a little bit more effort, but unfortunately, they're not getting the rewards with money. Now, stage 3 to this, right, and I want you to self-identify this. This is where it comes to scale. So now, where it comes to scale, as an example, what you really need to look at is how do I invest in growth? So this is maybe a business that's gone from, 3 million to 10 million, 15 million. We've had companies that went from, $500,000, and in 3 years we took them to $6.5 million. Never been more profitable. The business is scaling almost to 8, 9 million, right? And then I've had guys that went from 2.4 million to 22 million, right? So we can scale the business, but there's different stages of that business. This also is about how do I maybe, buy other business to be able to tack on to what I need to, do within the business itself. So scalability is, and, sometimes this is about doing your own projects, right? So instead of, doing consumer project, your business consumer, you're doing residential renovations, or you're doing, stuff for the customer. Now you've got maybe a portfolio that you're starting to do properties for yourself. So, you buy a, dilapidated house, knock it down, you got a good block of land, build a house, sell that, maybe, subdivide it, put a duplex, maybe a, set of 4, whatever it may be, right? You're doing your own projects and your own development. That's where it comes to scale itself. So as you can see, there's actually, a level of growth that goes from here to the next part to here to the next part to here. Now, a lot of businesses go, hey, we really want to grow the business, and they try to go from here, straight up to here. And I can tell you, unless you've systemized the business to scale it, it's really difficult. And it's the same where it comes to sales and marketing. You can only limit your sales and marketing to how much time that you have. If you get inundated with too many leads, it's really, really hard for you to kind of manage the leads, manage the site, manage the subcontractors, manage your team, manage your finances, and probably manage yourself, right? Because usually people at this stage of the business, somewhere inside here, literally they have, no time whatsoever, and all they're doing is, it feels like, I'm going to use the word, you're on this, Ferris wheel, and it's really hard to get off. It feels like Groundhog Day every day. And this is why a lot of business owners are missing out on business, because they haven't set up their sales and marketing in a particular model and in a particular way to be automated, and then for them to be able to go to that next stage where they're starting to systemize and get maybe a team member that can help them, somebody in admin, someone that can look after their social media. someone that can look after their accounts, someone that could look after, the customer, someone that can look after certain things, so you can go and concentrate on what you do best, and that's usually building, right? Now, I'm going to share with you, if you're a really top level builder and you're not a social media, expert, don't spend all your time trying to be a social media expert. I'd prefer that you go and be a really good builder, and then you can outsource the social media part to people that know about it. And what I mean by social media, by the way, I'm going to get you to write this down. The best way to scale a business is through advertising. All right, not organic traffic. Organic's really, really good, but if you want to scale it quickly and you want to get, work in to make sure that you're secured, you're a good thing. 99% of my businesses have got work for the next 6 to 12 months and beyond. So that's a good thing. Why? Because we've secured that in this phase. And this is why, as you can see, this is actually called stability. It's important for us to make sure that you've got a really, really good, strong, stable foundation. Not too dissimilar to like when you're building a house, same, right? So business owners, I want you to play along with me for a second, please. I'd really love to know where you are, in this area at the moment, from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If you don't mind, please, can you just type into the question area, just give me a number of where you're at, and maybe either Megan can read them out, or I'll get a bit of an idea because I'll be able to see it. So you can just go, hey, I'm actually at number 3, or I'm at number 2, or at number 5 or number 6. I just want to make sure that I'm creating a really good interactivity and giving you the relevant information. Yeah, that would be really cool. So if you can just type it in, that would be awesome. If you're into the chat box, and just all you got to do is just click a number inside there, and that's it. I'll pretty much be able to see everything from there, which would be really, really cool. So and Megan, if you don't mind, if you want to let me know where people are, that would be really, really cool.
Yeah, for sure. We've got someone said we're at 3 to 5, but also able to at least do my own first project being a display.
Fantastic. Yeah, that's a way. So, and by the way, business owners, if you're in the trade and construction industry, which you are obviously, and you're in building, it makes relevant sense that you do your own product. Why? Because then you get to control the market. You sort of cut out the middleman, right? You're making the profitability, which is really, really good. And I get it. It comes with some risk, but hey, you're good at what you do, so you might as well be able to be, advertise your own product. And hey, sooner or later, you're gonna, develop it. A lot of my companies, what they do is they've got their division that looks after the client's projects, right? The cash flow that we get from there, then we bring it over and start to do our projects, which is really, really, really cool, right? So just think about it. I'm just gonna, probably come up here. I'll draw it up here for you. So just think about, oops, that's not the one. We're gonna make this cleaner. There we go. So let's say, this is the business itself, XYZ business. They've got a client arm here. We call it kind of a client division. And then they're doing their own projects, which is really, really powerful, right? So the money that we take from here, we take a percentage of it and we put it into this, which then allows us to build our own property, right? And the good thing is the cash flow comes, so then we can do our own projects. I really, really love that. It gives us the opportunity to, really ensure a good level of growth. Yeah. All right. So does that sound good so far? So just give me a thumbs up. Just go, yep, I get it so far. I want you to self-identify where you're at, right? And we've just had, one of the participants say sort of there between 3 and 5. This is a really good phase to be in. So I'm going to talk to you about some marketing through there. Now, if you're in this phase between 1 to 3, hey, guess what? You're doing a lot of effort, but how about we, maximize some rewards? And I think about it like this, business owners, write this down. Now, remember, this is what I do every day. We've got hundreds of clients. I've got 10 coaches that work for me. The good thing about this is we help businesses exactly like you do exactly this, right? And I always like it when we've got a waiting list of clients that want to do work with us. That's always a good feeling versus, geez, we finished a project and now we've got 3 months of doing nothing. Right? You always want to make sure that you've got work coming up. It's important, not important just for you. It's important for your family. It's important for, keep the lights on and the doors open, right? So you want to always make sure that you've got really good connectivity with your client. All right, so let's go to here. So first of all, I'm going to get you to write this down. it's important to understand that it all starts in an offer. So you could have the best product in the world. And let me give you the perfect example. Does McDonald's make the best burgers in the world? And the answer is probably no. They're all right burgers, but they're not amazing burgers. But when you think, usually when you think some type of hamburger, you're more than likely probably going to think McDonald's. Why? Because their offers and their relevancy in the marketplace are really, really powerful. So I want you to think about it, that it all starts in an offer. So just write that down for me, please. It starts in an offer. Now, there's a few different ways that we can start with an offer. Now, I want you to, what I've done is I've set up the template in 2 areas, right, for you to be able to follow along. Number 1 is the business to consumer. In other words, if you're a resi builder, doing residential homes, renovations, bathrooms, new builds, extensions, whatever it may be, more than likely you're going to be in the business consumer space. However, some of you guys might be doing some commercials, so this is the business to business space. So just pick the one that's relevant to you and then we can go from there. Now, the message is the offer. So I'm going to show you 3 offers that you can actually put down on this. Now, when I'm talking about offers, I want you to think about it. It could be a headline, that's going to be a Google ad. If you're not on Google, business owners, you need to be on Google. If you've got a website and you don't have, any presence, or the website's old, well, guess what? It's 2024. You need to have a website presence. Now, I get it. I've had builders go, I don't even have a business card because the business finds me, and I'm all cool with that. But I'm not talking, the minority. I'm talking the majority today. You need to be a player like this. And the reason being is, think about it. Any type of consumption of anything that you want, whether it's, Harley Davidson's, I don't know, buying a Ford, a Mustang, buying a caravan, buying a sofa, I don't know, buying a ping pong table, going out to dinner, buying clothes, going to get a haircut, more than likely you just look up somebody's website, or you go to Google and do a search, and then you find the business, you give them a call, or you send them an email, and there you go. Well, guess what? The consumer is really, really smart today. How many of us think that the consumer's smarter today? And I'm pretty much going, everybody's going like this. They know more about the industry and more about the product probably than what you know about it, because they've got the ability to research, and they can do that with one of these things in the palm of their hand, right? It's literally a computer in your hand. It's a mobile phone. So it's important that you're actually a part of this revolution moving forward. Now, a lot of people kind of speak about AI. The good thing with AI, it's just going to enhance your business, not make it worse. That's the good part about it, especially if you know how to use it. Now, if you don't have ChatGPT, write this down. It's called ChatGPT, right? ChatGPT, GPT, right? You should be looking at having ChatGPT. Why? Because it can do a lot of the heavy lifting for you. You can, create offers and headlines in a split second. They're really, really good. Now, don't use them, cut and paste them, and then just use them word for word. You can adjust that, edit that, do that, work a little bit with that. Yeah. Now, let's come back to this. So in saying that, it's the message, okay, business owners. What type of message are you going to put out there? So just think, it could be a Google ad, a Facebook ad, an Instagram ad, a YouTube video, maybe a TikTok, depending on, what type of product that you have. But usually in this space, it's probably going to be the big ones: Facebook, Insta, right? Or Meta, it's Facebook, let's call it Facebook. I always get confused with the whole Meta thing, right? You can see I've got grey hair. I like old school. So Facebook, Instagram, and then something maybe, like Google. These are the 3 sort of big ones. Now, by the way, if you then use offline, it's exactly the same. So you may have, signage out the front. You may have, a display component. You may have a display home. You actually may have a stand in, let's say, a bathroom, showroom. Right, you may have something at a tile showroom. You've got your display to go, hey, if you're looking at getting a bathroom renovation, actually we do this. Or if you're looking at, creating an extension, you could have a display. It's the same thing. All right. In other words, it's the message. All right. Now, the message is the offer. In other words, the message needs to do a few things. I'm going to give you 3 examples of what a message is. Number 1 example is what's called an attention grabber. And what's really cool about the attention is this is actually geographically done. And let me show you exactly what I mean. If you're a builder in Coffs Harbour, could you advertise in Sydney, you could probably advertise in Sydney. You could go, we, build, in Chatswood, right? As an example, or build in Beverly Hills, or build in, I don't know, Brisbane, right? That's really cool, but guess what? Not many people from your local area are going to come and speak to you, and logistically, it's going to be a bloody nightmare to do it. So guess what? That's a mismatch of this type of advertising. You want to be a local person, local builder, advertising in a local place. You can use this, what's called attention geographic grabbing offer. Okay, I'm going to speak to you about that. Now, let me give you an example. So let's say, you may have something as an example to go, attention, new, homeowners in the Coffs area, or looking to renovate your home living in Coffs. See what I've done there? I've used an attention grabbing ad, and it can be a static ad. In other words, it just needs to be, something about this big. It's a static ad that you put on Facebook, static ad that you can use on Instagram, and literally it's a bunch of words. Now, write this down. If you want to create ads that are really, really, literally cheap and free, you can use Canva. And Canva is basically, think about it like, an area that you can, there's all of these templates on there that you can put an ad. It'd be like a Facebook size GIF or an image that fits into Facebook, and literally you can just type in these words, looking for an extension, living Coffs, looking for an extension, contact us here. That's it. You just got your name. Very direct. Now, I could go living in Australia, that's really broad. Living in New South Wales, that's really broad. Living in Coffs, that's really tight. Living in a suburb that you want to advertise, that's even tighter. Do you see? It's an attention grabbing geographic ad. Okay, and it just needs to be, pink background, light blue background, really bright background. It's big writing on it. That's it. So it's very direct to the person that wants it. Looking for, bathroom renovation in Coffs Harbour, contact you, or click this link below, or check out the comments below, or whatever it is that you want them to do. Call this number, right? Super easy. Now, this ad has worked for 200 years. It's going to keep on working for 200 years. Now, here's what's really cool about this. This is what's called segmentation as an ad, okay? So what we're doing is the offer itself is segmenting it. We're only saying to somebody, hey, are you looking for a new laundry? Anybody that's not looking for a new laundry in Coffs Harbour isn't going to look at that. Now, that narrows down the audience. However, what's cool about it, anybody that your ad comes across that's actually looking for laundry automatically identifies with that. Can you see this? It's like having a shop front window. If you're a butcher at a local suburb, most people that are going to come past that are the people that are going to walk past and go, yes, I'm a meat eater. Yes, this display looks amazing. Yes, I'm going to go in and I'm going to order some chops or steaks, or I don't know, sausages, whatever it may be, right? I'm showing you the easiest way to really scale your business with this and be direct to the audience. We use these type of ads all the time for a lot of my businesses, whether it's bathroom renovator, somebody that does renos and extensions, somebody that does new builds. It's very, very targeted. Yep. Now, I want you to think about that as that offer. Yep. Now, another one is what's called a yes answer, right? So I'm just going to do this over on this side. I know we're a little bit down for room. A yes offer is, are you looking for help with your new home extension? Yeah. So do you see with this, that's a yes. Another one, do you feel worried when choosing the right builder? Some people go, yes, I feel worried when I'm choosing the right builder. Do you see? That's a yes. Now, if I'm thinking like this, you know, I don't know anything about building. I've never done this before. I'm looking for the builder, and you just happen to have an ad there. Hey, do you feel worried when, you know, looking at for a builder? And then you have something along the lines of, you know, the 5 things you need to know when, 5 things you need to know when choosing a builder. You know, download this as a PDF. Guess what? This is totally connective with something. Remember, let's say if you go to a showroom and you're going to have a look at a car, you don't, you know, and there's 30 different cars, you're only probably going to be looking at the type of car that you're after. And if they're putting you in the station wagon, but you want the sports car, it's totally different. However, if they've got the sports car and then they've got the keys to that and they open the keys to that and they go, hey, why don't you sit in there, just see how it feels? And then, you know, would you like to take it for a test drive? Do you see it's connective? This is exactly the same. I'm showing you a different type of ad. One's a geographic attention-based ad, right, with an offer with it. Number 2 is what's called a yes ad. What you're trying to do is elicit yes, and these have been tested like 1,000 times. So I know they work, and I'm trying to make it as simple for you to do. The hardest thing I get is all the time, Nick, you know, where do I start? What type of ads do I do? How do I go about doing this? You know, what should I offer? What are the things that we need to do? And I'm showing in this exactly is the way to do it. It's really simple. Remember, it's a tile ad. Once again, it doesn't need to be video at this stage, just do a tile ad. And it basically says, you know, are you concerned about choosing the right builder? Question mark. Download this, you know, 5 things you need to know when choosing a builder PDF. Do you see? Perfect question with a perfect answer that comes to it. Very connective, very powerful, you know, and you'll start seeing results pretty much straight away. Yeah. And then finally, what's really, really cool, which I like about this, I'm just going to put it here, is actually an image offer. Now, what I love about the image offer is you've probably seen these before, and if you don't do it, please do it. And you've got kind of the before, and then, yep, you guessed it, you've actually got the after. Very, very powerful. You know, want this? Question mark, you know, click here. See, super powerful. You've got a before shot of an old dilapidated house. You've done the after shot. It looks pretty amazing. It's really cool. Click here, find out more. Click here. Want this? Click here. Want help like this? Click here, right? Super easy. These are 3 static ads that shouldn't take you longer than 15 minutes to try to put together, especially if you use Canva. It's really good. I'm going to give you another way to be able to do this. And there's a website called Fiverr, Fiverr, and there's people that can actually build you all of these for you really, really inexpensive. We use them, my customers use them, right? And just think about it like a workspace for people around the world to be able to do what they do, right? So once again, 3 ads, okay? Number 1, it's the attention geographic, very, very powerful. You know, are you looking for a, you know, bathroom solution in this suburb or these suburbs? Really, really powerful, super targeted. Number 2, you know, a yes. Hey, you know, are you looking for help with your new home renovation in Coffs Harbour? Yes, there you go. I've combined both of them. Number 3, are you looking for, you know, bathroom renovation in Coffs Harbour? Check out our before and after photos. Boom. Really, really, really powerful. Now, if you then want to take it to that next level, you can do a little video. Now, the best thing with the video, it's called one of these, your mobile phone. You've got a 1080p camera on this. You can record amazing stuff on this. You can go to the site. You can go, hey, this is us doing the demolition. Hey, this is us checking out the new phase. Check this out. Here's a step 1. We've put the roof on it. Have a look at this. The floor's down. Look at the doors are on. You know, hey, check this out. Here's lockup. And you can get somebody to edit that video into about a minute. It's really, really powerful. All right. So is everybody cool with this? Just give me a yes, you know, hell yes, this is good. And maybe just give me one thing that you've gotten with that so far. Right, I'm aware of time, so I want to make sure that we're on the money and we keep moving. Yeah. Now, the Triple M talks about, and Megan, if you can let me know, that'd be really cool. The Triple M talks about the message or the offer. Right now, with the offer itself, after that is the method. In other words, how am I going to get it out there? And the method is really simple. The method is, you know, we spoke about this. It's probably going to be Facebook. It's probably going to be Insta, and it's probably going to be Google. And I'd say it's probably going to be your website. right? These are the 4 key areas, so you can write that down. Think social media, and then you've got offline. Offline could be signage, as we said, sign out the front, A-frame out the front. It could be that, you're, connected with a showroom, so it could be a referral, right? There's a bunch of stuff to go into from there, but I want to show you how you can drive leads. Just don't think about, I'll just wait around and the leads will come to me. It's important that you get a presence out there. Now, from a budget perspective, a lot of business owners tell me, how much should the budgets be? I'm probably going to tell you it'll be good to go from about $15 to about $30 a day. Okay, that's a good way to start. It's about $150 a week. That's a good way to start. Now, if you can get leads already inside that, it's a really, really good thing, right? And we don't have time to kind of go into lead costs and all that stuff. But if you start between $15 to $30 a day on Google or Facebook or Insta, that'd be a really, really good start. Okay, keep it low at first, and then you can scale it up. Remember what I was saying to you. If you're really good at building, it's probably better that you get somebody else to do this for you, and you go keep on doing your building and let the experts do this stuff, right? With us, we've got outsourced guys, and we've got internal teams as well. Yeah, sound good? All right, let me take a sip of my Harley Davidson beverage, and then we'll go from there. Megan, how do we go? Get some feedback there?
Yeah, people saying great stuff. So everyone's catching up to everything that you're running through today. So it's great.
Fantastic. All right. So now, you've got the message. In other words, I've shown you the offers. Yeah. We got the method. How do we deliver this? And now the marketplace is your ideal customer. And let's talk a little bit about this. If you were going to design your ideal customer, what would they look like? Are they going to be somebody that's a new home buyer? Well, if you're in new homes and that's what you do, well, of course, new home buyer is a good way to attract. Are you looking for a new home? Well, guess what? GJ Us, who's got beautiful homes in Coffs Harbour starting at, $745,000, whatever it may be. How about if it was somebody that's doing renovation, or let's say, you're used to doing renovations in units, right? You do a lot of internal renovations in units, that sort of thing. Bathrooms, kitchens, maybe knock out a wall, whatever it may be. Are you looking at, to purchase a brand new unit, or are you looking to renovate your unit? Do you live in a unit, just bought one? Have you just bought a unit looking to renovate? This is us. How about if you do granny flats? Well, you want somebody that's got a block of land that you can actually do the granny flats on. So what do you want to do? Are you a homeowner looking to maybe, create an investment in your backyard? Well, fear not, here we are in Coffs Harbour, here's our thing, right? So do you see, I want you to start to think about who your ideal target audience is. Now, if you're in building, which you are, and you do renos, which you are, and you're in maybe, a builder that does bathrooms, kitchens, any of that, laundries, any of that stuff, first story additions, extensions, whatever it may be, am I going to go to somebody that's renting the home? And the answer is probably no, because they don't make the decisions. And number two, they're renting. So you're not going to have something, hey, are you renting a home? Are you looking to get your bathroom done and you're a renter? See, total mismatch with that. So the clearer you are, the better it is. With us, it's trade and construction businesses that have had at least 12 to 24 months, of work, starting at about $500,000 in turnover and up. Our ideal clients are 1 to 3 million, 3 to 10. Right? That's where we work, right? I don't do startups. I'm not good with startups. We don't do zero to good well. We do good to great really well. And that's where we shine. Yeah. From our HIA presentation, we've had a lot of people join us because this is what we do every day. I'm known in the industry. I don't work with online, markets that are selling, texters online or shower heads or anything. I don't do any of that stuff. I only work with trade and construction. It's a big part, and NDIS. They're the two verticals that we do. We're very clear about our target audience. So our marketing is advertised towards that target audience. Does that make sense? So you've got the message, you've got the method, you've got the market, and then you can use the platforms to do what they do. All right. Now, let's talk a little bit about the funnel design. Actually, before we do that, I want to talk about what's called a Grand Slam offer. So I've shown you some headlines that you can do, but from a Grand Slam offer, I want you to think about it like this. What will be the best offer that you can give somebody, okay, that makes it stupid if they don't take it, if they don't take you up on it? And let me give you an example. So here's some of the ones that I've done. So let's say for a bathroom, renovation company, we did free in-floor heating. Another one was, heat rack, right, for towels and stuff like that. Another one was, you know, a lighting upgrade. Yeah. For builders, what we did, for brand new build, what we did is, you know, free, you know, pergola with every brand new build for the house. We also did stuff like, you know, free, you know, 3 by 3 meter spa, right? So it's one of those, you know, portable type spas. So I want you to think about it, that if you've got an offer, and let me show you the mathematics around this before you go, I'm not giving away anything for free. I want you to think about it. In today's day and age, I can guarantee you, if you're watching this and you're male, I can pretty much guarantee you that if you're with a female or with another male, whatever it may be, today when you go to retail like Westfield and stuff like that, 99.9% of the times you're very, very rarely paying retail, and there's always a sale. Everybody always has a sale, because today the consumer understands that it feels like they need a sale. Nobody's doing it. If not, they'll order online and they'll get it cheaper. It's the same with you. Now, I'm not saying to, you know, give everything for free and not make any money. I mean, that's really, really silly. However, there are ways that you can enhance people to make an offer, right, to get an offer, and they'll go with you. Now, I want to share one with you, and this may sound a bit weird to you, but it worked absolutely incredible for people that we did this with. So we had a builder. They were, you know, pretty good in the area. There was another builder that came into that area and started to undercut him, and we were losing work. And then, you know, the builder called me, said, Nick, you know, we need some help. What do we need to do? Anyway, we started engagement, did a whole bunch of stuff, and then I said to him, how long is the, you know, brand new, you know, owner's warranty? And he said, oh, about 7 years. You know, build a new house, you got about 7 years that you need to warrant it. And I said, what's the worst possible thing that can happen? You know, I mean, the house doesn't fall down, right? It's the standards today. I'm pretty amazing. It's not made out of matchsticks, right? So, and I said, well, what is it? He goes, well, the worst thing that probably happen is we get a bathroom leak. I'm like, all right, how much is it going to cost us to do a new bathroom? At that stage, it was, you know, 20 grand, 30 grand, I'll build a beast of a bathroom, right? Which you're probably not in the head about right, unless you're building, you know, an empire, right? And then I said to him, how about if we went from 7 years to a lifetime warranty? And mate, I'm telling you, he went pasty. I had to feel his pulse because I thought he was going to have a heart attack. I'm like, dude, hold on a minute. There's a little asterisk there that comes on it. As long as you live in the home, we'll warrant it. If something happens, just let us know, we'll warrant it. Now, interesting enough, all the manufacturer stuff, if the gyprock falls off, you can call the gyprock and go, hey, mate, the gyprock's fallen off, or there's a problem with the gyprock, more than likely you're going to get that repaired. I very much doubt it's going to be the whole house. If you spring a leak in the bathroom and you need to do whatever, and the tap's faulty, or, you know, the plumbing's faulty or the pipe's faulty, you could probably get around it, right? However, listen to the asterisks. Most people, we figured out, and we did research, change homes anywhere between 7 to 10 years, give or take. So you buy a new home, the family's grown or the family's downsized or whatever, 7 to 10 years, you're probably going to move. Some maybe 12 years, give or take. In that area, it was actually 8.5 years on average. So guess what? It was only 1.5 years extra that we needed to do it, as long as I lived in it, right? And there were some variances there. However, you be the judge of this. If I said to you, here's my product, it's $1 million to build a home. The other competitor said $1 million to build a home, and you had 7 years warranty as standard, or I said to you, hey, it's lifetime warranty with some conditions, which one are you going to choose? And I can guarantee you that 99.9% of the times, people are going to go, I'm attracted to the lifetime warranty, let me find out more. And then you can do what you do. So do you see, let's say with the bathrooms, underfloor heating looks like it's of really, really good value. In other words, your Grand Slam offer needs to have really good value. And today, a free quote, everybody does a free quote. It's like 10% off, everybody does 10% off. So you need to be creative with this. It's really important. However, if you get the right offer, like the one with the in-floor heating, I took a bathroom company from 0 bathrooms to 12 bathrooms a month in less than 5 months. Yeah, they killed it because we just had that offer. That was cool. Guess when we did that ad? It was in winter, because the floor's cold in winter, so it worked perfectly. In summer, we didn't give that away. We gave the lighting package away, or the, you know, extra exhaust fans, or whatever it may be, because it's hot. You don't need to turn the stuff on, you know, to heat your floor. Do you see? It needs to be timely. It needs to be the right offer to be able to do it. Does that make sense? So just write that in. What could you give away that makes the offer so stupid for them not to take it up? right? I'll give you some different ideas. You could be, you know, the free pergola. You could be, hey, the free spa. You can buy a spa today for like $3,000. If you're building a new house, let's call it $1 million, and you're working at 15%, even if it's 10%, you know, plus 10, cost plus 10, well, there you go. That's $100,000. If you give away $3,000 for $100,000, would that be a good investment? The answer is yes. Same as walking into a casino, you go, here's $3,000, and you walk out with $100,000. I'm doing that all day long. Now, the client feels really good because they got their brand new spa in their new house. It's even better. But guess what? You can probably do a little bit of a referral with the, you know, with the spa place, right? You can work business together. There's always plenty of ways to increase your sales and marketing. Sound good? Hopefully, give me a little thumbs up. All right, let's keep on moving. Now, business owners, I want to talk to you a little bit about what's called funnel design. In other words, we've been talking about the ad here, okay? Now, what you then want to be able to do with the ad, it's important that you do roughly about 9 touches per 4 days. And here's what I mean by that. If you've got an ad, and then you've got the ad, you've got the offer on the ad, as we spoke about, it goes to a landing page. What I want to be able to do here is, I've just given an example of one of mine, right? You know, here's, you know, game-changing tips, you know, to Triumph. You can watch the video, you can download these parts. What I want to do in this part here is I want them to opt in. In other words, I need to capture some details. Now, 3 levels of opt-ins are really, really good. In other words, name, email, contact, that's really, really good, right? You can do these 3 things. If you want to do suburb, you could probably do suburb, right? No more than that. Don't go, I need 55 different things off you. Name, email, phone number, that's really good. Why? Because then on the thank you or the booking page itself, after you give them the thank you, now I can start to connect with them. And I'm going to get you to draw this up for me, yeah? So let's say you've got the inquiry here. The first thing I'm probably going to do is send them an automatic email. And that email basically says, thank you. Hey, thank you for connecting with us. Step 2, what I'm probably going to do is maybe I need to send them a qualification form. In other words, hey, do you mind sending me some more information so I understand exactly if I'm going to be the right fit for you or not? Or I'm going to draw this, and I know it looks a bit old school, but yes, folks, this is a telephone, right? I was talking to my kids. They go, Dad, the telephone doesn't look like this. It doesn't have one of those handsets. But if you're as old as me, or should I say as noble as me, all right, you probably had one of those things that's stuck to the wall, and you got to, you know, have the cord attached, and actually had a handset. I really liked those days. It was a lot simpler, right? So in other words, that's contact. See, 1, 2, 3, right? After that, maybe you can just send them an SMS. Hey, you know, I just want to make sure that I got your inquiry. If you can call me back on this, right? Blah, blah, blah. You get the idea, right? So you're creating what's called a nurture strategy. It's really important. Now, business owners, I never, ever want to send an offer to my website, okay? I want it to be a landing page. In other words, this page is the only thing I can do on this is maybe watch a video, get the offer, opt in. That's it, okay? If you're sending traffic to your page, or if you know, got an Instagram ad that goes click and it takes people to a web page, please don't do that. Why? Because on a web page, it's not focused. And let me give you an example. It'll be the same as going to dinner with your loved one, sitting at a restaurant that's got no people in it, and you're just there with them. You've got no mobile phone, and you're actually having a conversation one-on-one. Then all of a sudden the door opens up and there's all these people starting to come in, and you start to get distracted, and then you get to pick up your phone. This is what happens when you send people to a website. There's a lot of pages that they can look at, and it dilutes the offer. So you always want to go from the offer to whatever it is that they're going to get. You know, the 5 things you need to know when choosing a builder. You know, how to get 10% off your next, you know, bathroom renovation. You know, how to download the, you know, bathroom guide, you know, bathroom builder's guide to whatever. You know, how to choose the right, you know, residential builder to build your top story addition, right? You know, hey, you know, Coffs Harbour residents looking to build on a slope land. We specialize in slope lands. I've had builders that actually did that. They specialize in, you know, you got to be a mountain goat. That's what they specialize in, right? Super niche, and mate, they've killed it. That's all they do. They don't build anything on flat. They do all of that stuff, right? So do you see it goes from an offer to a landing page, right? That's got the details of the offer itself. This is really, really important, okay? So if I could draw it, I want you to think about it, that it's a ad. It goes to a landing page. The only thing I can do on the landing page is opt in. That's what I want to be able to do. Very powerful. Then I can, go to a thank you page. On a thank you page, it's really good to create a little video, and then you start the nurture sequence after that. All right. Remember, 9 touches, 4 days. And by the way, no, it doesn't sound like you're a stalker. Most people, they're busy. Oh, sorry, I couldn't get back to you. Sorry, I didn't pick up the phone. I was at sports with the kids. Sorry, I was out of town on business. Sorry, I was a little bit sick. Sorry. What you're trying to do is to capture them. Now, by the way, most people will ask me, Nick, what's a good response time? The industry shows that a good response time is actually 24 minutes. Now, I get it. If you're on site doing what you do, 24 minutes is really, really hard. I'd like to say, within 1 day. It'll be really cool. If you contacted me at 9 a.m. this morning, well, it'll be good to get back to you by 4 p.m., somewhere there, right? You're roughly within a day. Now, a lot of people, if you're not doing nothing or you got somebody that's specific on this, it's really cool. Now, the good thing is you can get a notification on your email. So even if you're on site, you can check your email, maybe at lunchtime, you go, oh, there's an email, click, extend, respond, boom, go back to them, right? And that's a whole other, we help build all of this stuff out. So if you don't stress about this, if you need help, this is exactly what we do as well, right? So don't stress it, yeah? Now, finally, right, I think I've got 5 minutes roughly. Finally, I want to show you this. This isn't in your notes, but if you'd like a copy of this, I actually created this up here. I'm going to talk to you about the gift up here in a second. But if you want a copy of this, you can send me an email, nick@upcoach.com.au. That's NICK@upcoach.com.au. UpCoach, UP, you can see that there, upcoach.com.au. And I'll send you a copy of this sheet here. I wanted to add it in afterwards because, we're speaking marketing sales. Now, once you've got the lead, then what happens? Well, just think about it, that there's 7 steps to how this works, okay? Number 1 is the inquiry. So you've got the inquiry. Now, what I usually like to do is record this in what's called a CRM. Now, there's a really cool CRM that I use. I wish I got paid off these guys, but I don't. I've referred hundreds of people, and it's called Pipedrive. It's really, really cool, super easy. Now, you might have your own, if you use them, Build Exact, Build a Trend, any of those type of things, more than likely you can capture leads and put them into it, depending on, how it works for you, right? So whatever it is, just capture the details in the CRM, it'll be cool. Now, qualify is really good. I always like to create what's called a qualification checklist. Now, I'm always gonna either get them to fill in some stuff, or number 1, I might, give them a call and just ask them some questions. However, if you've got a sheet that you've already created here that you can fill in as you do it, it'd be really cool. Maybe inside your CRM with us in Pipedrive, it's got questions on the left-hand side. So when my team are asking, somebody that's made an inquiry, the qualifying questions, they're just filling that data in. And mate, without that, we'd be like dead. We've got 11,000 people in there, right? We just speak to a lot of businesses, a lot of people join us, just like you guys. And what's really cool about it is I've got data on everyone. When I've sent them an email, when the team's called them, when we sent them an SMS, when we've sent them a contract, how long they've been in the pipe for, when we've sent them videos. Please start to get really good with the CRM. It's really important. Now, if you don't and you're only small, it's cool. Just write it into Excel. Just get the data and just put it into Excel for later on. Because I can tell you, not all people are ready right now. Maybe they're just making an inquiry right now. They're not ready to close. You can maybe talk to them a bit later. They still need to get council approval. They still need to get the finance from the bank, whatever it may be. Their old parents need to move out, whatever. I'm not joking. Keep the parents with you, whatever it is, right for you. Yeah. The third part of the sales process is having a professional, pre-done presentation. This is really, really important. Do you see all of this is ready for you guys? I haven't just been logged up and I'm just talking. No, of course not. We're getting the presentation. Megan and I have been talking about this. We tested technology to make sure it's right. Had a couple of issues, but now we're all right. Right? All of these things are important. It's the same with you. If you're going in, just think about it. If somebody's going to do an extension, maybe it's 500 grand to do that reno, 400 grand, 200 grand, whatever. It's a lot of money. And if you don't even have a business card and look like the cat dragged you in, right, and you don't have any presentation, and the next person has a bit of a presentation, more than likely, they're probably going to connect better with the client. So having a professional presentation is really important. With our businesses, we create this forum so they go in, they feel good, and guess what? Anything that you can present, you can measure. If you can measure it, you can manage it, you can make it better. That's how it works. When I was presenting live, I've presented all over the country. I've been all over this incredible country probably 50 times, 20,000+ people at my events. I can tell you for 1 year, I worked on the same presentation and refined it till it worked beautifully, right? I could do it literally with my eyes shut. And it had the best impact and the best sales conversion. That's really, really important. Yep. Now, with the objections, there's probably between 5 to 7 key objections that you need to handle. Hey, geez, it's price. Are you qualified? Do you have insurances? Can you start within that time? What type of guarantee do I get? What type of, extras can I have? What happens if I don't like something? Aren't these all typical questions that you get asked? I know you do, because we work with our clients, and I know that's what they get asked. So I want you to think about it. And why don't we change the word from objection to concerns? Doesn't it sound better? Some people are really keen. They're just concerned about stuff. If they're going to fork out a lot of money, you want to know, right? What type of timber are you guys using for the construction of it? Other products environmentally friendly. Think about it today. I work with a big stone company, and now we've had to change a stone to no silica or under 1% silica. It's a brand new product on the market. I'm helping them launch. They're going to be massive. They're already big, in middle New South Wales, right? And the good thing about it is now we're taking this product out to market. It's good for the person doing it, the stonemason. It's really good for the environment, and the customer feels good because it's win-win all the way around. Good for them, good for the environment, good for the stonemason. Right? Do you see? They've got concerns. We need to deal with those concerns, right? And then finally, you want to work on some closing techniques, right? And I teach all of this stuff. What is it? How do I need to close them? One of the closes could be something like, hey, if we were able to start, let's say in 3 or 4 weeks, would this be a good time frame for you? If they go yes, you already know that they're interested. Another one would be, hey, if we were able to take you to, come and check out some bathroom designs or some kitchen designs with one of our kitchen builders, would next Tuesday be okay, or next Thursday? Oh, next Tuesday sounds really cool. All right, cool, let's go. Right? You see, that's what's called pre-close techniques going to a close technique. Yeah. And then you want to make sure that they're on the database, as I said. Why? Because later I can actually ask for this part, a referral and a review. There's 7 stages to sales. It could be a little bit more, but 7 stages is really, really cool. Now, in between all of these, I want to be able to nurture them. I want to connect with them. I want to make sure after the presentation, before I give them the quote, I want to show them things like case studies, business owners. They're very, very powerful. Hey, we had a client like yours, and here's a solution. A before and after photo. This is really, really good. A video testimonial. These are really, really powerful. They help with marketing. If you're not getting testimonials, please, 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 with a little bloody cherry on top, get testimonials. They're really, really good. And guess what? You got one of these in your pocket. It's a mobile phone. Just goes click and do it. You're probably taking your kids' birthdays and filming it. You could ask a client, hey, do you mind if I ask you 3 questions? Number 1, why did you choose us? I chose you guys because you're amazing. Number 2, hey, do you really love the job? What would you say has been the best features? Oh my God, the kitchen's beautiful. The decking at the back is incredible. I love how they've done the pool. The builder was so awesome to deal with. Question 3, if you were to recommend somebody, what would you say to them? Oh my God, you have to go with ABC Builder. Those guys were the best. Their customer service was awesome. Their budget was perfect. The finishes are beautiful. And it's amazing, right? So do you see, you've got to think about all of these really cool things. All right, so let me do a quick summary, okay? And that quick summary is simple, right? Number 1, make sure that you understand what stages of where your business is at, all right? Stages are really, really important to understand. Where are you at in these stages of your business, yeah? Number 2, I want to make sure that I use the triple M to understand, where am I, what's the offer that I'm trying to give? What do I need to connect with? How do I go about doing that, right? Very, very important. And finally, when you're creating the design, remember I said to you, it's an ad with an offer to a landing page, get some opt-in details, and then you do the follow-up, okay? Give them a call, send them an email, do an SMS, do whatever it is that you need to take. And finally, pre-map your 7-step sales process. Business owners, I cannot tell you how important it is to be ready, okay? Don't go into a gunfight with a bloody knife, right? Hopefully you're not doing both of those, but you get what I'm talking about. Be prepped. If you're going to do an Ironman, you need to do some training for that Ironman. Don't try to do it. I've never done that. I used to walk before and now try to do it. It's very, very difficult. All right, now there's one little shameless little plug, if it's okay with you guys. If I want to give you guys a really cool gift, and the gift is what's called our business health check. It's really, really awesome. It gives you this graph. It gives you all the results that you get, as a business owner. It's really, really powerful, okay? And all you need to do is just grab your phone, like you did in COVID, and just scan that and take it in and fill it in. I want to do that. And also I'll be able, if I get the details from there, it'd be really cool. It's absolutely free. I'm not going to try to sell you shit, none of that stuff. It's absolutely free. But then I can also send you this page over here, which would be really, really cool. Alternatively, if you want to reach out, just, give me a name. Hey, Nick, I was at the HIA presentation. Here's the phone number, or here's my email. Can you send me that out? Right, 2 easy ways. I'd really love to help you. This is what I do. I live for this every day. I'm hoping that you've gotten a lot out of it. So maybe a couple of minutes for some Q&A. Megan, will that work? I'm sorry, I know I'm 3 minutes over, but we started 3 minutes late.
No, that's okay. If anyone has any questions, please pop them in the question box and I'll read them out.
Don't go all silent now, by the way. We're not in the lift. Now's the time to ask a question, right? You're here with me right now. Let's ask a question. What question do you have? And if I can answer it, I definitely will, right? Don't be in the lift. You don't need to be all silent. Question. Hit me with the questions.
I'll also just share my screen while we're waiting for some questions to come through. Just letting you know that we do have some workshops coming up with Nick, both here in Coffs Harbour and in our office in Macquarie Park. You can get 7 CPD points for attending these. Same thing goes. If you want to scan those QR codes for each of those events, if you'd like to register, I'm sure Nick could dive in a little bit deeper what we've covered in those particular ones. But yeah, we'd love to see you there if you can come to those.
That was really, really good. Yeah. So the last ones, by the way, that we did, you've got a 5 out of 5, which was awesome for it. The one in Sydney was sold out, one in Coffs was sold out. So these are really, really cool. Please attend. I get to hang out with you all day, which is even better. I love it. So thank you, Megan. I appreciate obviously promoting that. So.
No problem. So Jim has asked a question. He has said, hi, Nick, could you give an approximate marketing budget that would be appropriate for about a 4 million turnover residential building company?
All right, excellent. Yeah, that's a great question. So I want you to think about it just like this, right? Here's how I think about budget. Let's say you're doing 4 mil. Let's say you're doing, work. Let's call it, 500 grand to $1 million, depending on what you're doing. If it's 500 grand and you're working at, cost plus 10, or let's say, 15%, 20%, depending on how your margins are set up. What I like about that, let's just go cost plus 10, it's super easy. So it's a $500,000 project. You got cost plus 10, that's 50 grand, give or take. Now to get that job itself, I think a conversion or a good sort of marketing budget would be, if you can pay between $1,000 to $1,500 to $2,000 for that conversion, not just for the lead, but for the conversion, it's really good. If you've got 10 leads, okay, so 10 inquiries, and 9 said no, but 1 said yes, and you got that job for 500 grand. Let's say if we work it out at 10% or 20% at 100 grand, or even 10% at 50 grand, and you spent 2 grand to make 50 grand, would that be a good day? And the answer is yes. So the way that I do budgets is exactly that. I always go, well, how much am I willing to spend per lead, and how much am I willing to spend per conversion? So with me, I like, you know, leads between $100 to $300, and a conversion $2,000 to $3,000 is a good day for me, right? So, and that's how you're best to look at it. So I'd say if you do that, and let's say if you want to do 10 homes per year, or let's say 8 homes per year, you reverse engineer that. Let's say if it's $2,000 a conversion, it's 8 times 2, that's about $16,000, give or take, you know, for the year. And on a 3 to 4 million, I reckon be good. If you're working hypothetically at, let's say, I'm just going to go low end 10%, 4 million, that's 400 grand, you know, minus some stuff, and you're only spending about, you know, $20,000, you know, on advertising as an example, which is a pretty good budget. 20 grand, it's less than 5%. So that would be really cool. The good thing is, once you dial it in, you can, you know, spend more money, right? Please don't be under the influence that I can get a conversion for $50. You know, that's all right if you're selling crap on Amazon, but you know, not for, you know, this industry, so to speak, or not for good quality anyway. So.
Awesome. Doesn't look like any more questions are coming through, but like Nick said, I mean, his details are there if you want to reach out. If any other questions come through, I can always pass them on to Nick as well. But please send through your feedback after the webinar. If there's anything else you'd like to see from us, please let us know. But yeah, thank you so much, Nick, for your time, and thank you everyone for joining us today.
Awesome. Thank you, Megan. Thank you, everybody. If you want to reach out, you know where to find us. Check us out there.